Hello, everybody. My name is Shashi. That is Tom. Welcome back to In Our Humble Opinion. It has been a minute, about a month and a half. A little less than I thought. It was a while ago. We're doing all right. Not a lot to talk about, so we took a little break for a little while. The weather's been crazy too, really hot here. Probably down in Georgia too for Tom. Don't go
Not as
doxing
hot
my
as you
man.
guys, man.
Don't go doxing my man. Okay,
It's crazy. You'd be cooler living here.
which is insane. But anyway, yeah. So we're just gonna talk about some news we've seen in
And
the NFL.
Josh, that's why I always used to tell people, like everyone here, like I enjoy the weather here because we have mild winters and stuff, and I'm like, we live in the Sun Belt, so the sun is truly more intense. But I will always argue that Maryland would be hotter when you start including humidity. And
Yeah.
like they get this heat dome when it's like, hey, it's actually 101. Like it gets hot. Like I've never, since we've lived here, I've had one day where we've almost hit triple digits.
Oh wow.
Like
That's
now the
crazy.
real feel was insane, but like just to be fair, like in Maryland, I've had 2 or 3 weeks with my life where I've lived there in a row where it's been over 100.
That's hot. Yeah,
Like
it
and
is.
then the
It's a lot.
humidity factored in. So
Okay.
I do think Maryland like prepared me for nothing can be as awful as that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So Tom, what have you seen around camp, or did you want to start with our teams and talk about them? How about your Packers? Anything?
Oh,
Yeah,
you want to start with ESPN? We can
yeah,
start.
it's already ESPN. So they did a lot of massive cuts. They like fired Ryan Clark, and I don't watch ESPN, so I didn't see this. They said they fired him in like the middle of a show, which is insanity. It's kind of crazy. Overall, it's just to me, it's like sports media in general. I think you're better off watching like guys on either YouTube or whatever social media site because they'll actually give you decent um, insight instead of just this like shock value. I can't even remember the last time I watched ESPN, not counting bars either, because I mean you really can't do anything about that. They have it on the TV. I mean that's about it. The only thing I think saving them, Tom, from being like MTV or something where it's just going to be like repeated stuff and they're just going to end up folding is the fact that you do have live sports playing on there, so that'll save you, right? Because people are going to watch that's really it. Because the rest of it, I'm like, is it's it's not a great watch. I mean, it's either Stephen A. Smith just talking about something dumb, or no offense to him, he is a good showman, but I mean they're just milking it, man. It's crazy. Him and Pat, but the thing with Pat that you got to give him is if he wants to leave, he can, because he has his own audience, so it's kind of got him by the
Yeah.
barrel, you know. But all these other
Well,
networks do the same thing
what's
too,
interesting is just
and they bought NFL
well,
Network, which is it's kind of scary, but
that's I mean I think that's where you saw a lot of the layoffs, right? Interesting they didn't lay off any of the WNBA
yeah, it's kind of
analysts. Something that probably doesn't make them any money, to be fair. But like I mean, unfortunately, what sucks is from a media standpoint for ESPN, they have to just have content all the time. That's why they've hired all these things to hold, fill gaps, right? And then they really like they've doubled down on like the WNBA and things that are like, you know, people can hate me on like me saying that the WNBA isn't popular. It's really not. Let's just be fair. It's Caitlin Clark makes it popular, and then Sophia, whatever, and those two make it popular. The rest of it is not a great product, right? But they got to fill a lot of airtime, and I think it gets expensive, right?
honestly, to be
The
fair,
NFL,
like to
the
what
NFL merger though made sense though because like why they laid off like a lot of the Cam Newtons, the Ryan Clarks, these guys were they dude, Ryan Clark was one of the worst analysts I've ever listened to for years on there, and I'm like,
well, I
I mean
think
it's
I
really
I
shitty to
saw him.
fire him mid-show, but
I don't think I think you're right, but I don't think he understands why that happened. Now ESPN I think would have laid him off either way because like you said brought in, they brought other people in from NFL Network. They got to pay more people. I got it, but
but the NFL Network, like they're paying the top tier talent. They got to pay. They brought Rich Eisen back. Like I love how everyone's like saying, "Oh, it's Pat's big contract." It's like, no, it's not. They had Rich's contract. They have Ian Rappaport's contract. They got Peter Schrager. Like they got all those guys that were big time from NFL
well
Network.
I
And the
also
NFL is a cash cow.
yeah it
They
is.
know that has to be. You have to do that right. If you do that wrong, the NFL is coming hard after them. So I can promise you,
Well, I also think
like,
he
yeah,
said a lot of stuff that like he had to backtrack, and when you keep doing that on TV, that's something that's going to get you in trouble. That's like red flag, red flag. We can't keep having you come on here and apologize when you're wrong about something. And don't get me wrong, he's been right about some stuff he said, but I'm like, he tries to go there before he gets all the facts sometimes, and after a while they're gonna kind of put that on like the side, like, hey man, when the chopping block comes, it's not going to save you because of this. They do
yeah.
do that. They do that at any job. They're like, hey, he's got a lot of incidents. Is he worth the trouble? We got this guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man.
Hmm.
And that's just how it works.
Yeah,
Now,
no,
to be fair,
he kind of he deserved it. And I
he
think
has
it's
he
crazy.
has his own show making money with Fred Taylor and everything to pivot, so they're fine. There's no Ryan's gonna be all right. I'm just
Well,
saying, like,
I mean, I think it's funny they're saying Ryan Clark, Hill, and Emmanuel Acho are gonna all come on go on a show together. And I'm like, there's a podcast I would rather watch or rather listen to someone take their nails and scrape it across the chalkboard than listen to that podcast. So the answer is no. The Cam Newton one was actually a little surprising because I think
I
because
still
like
watch
Cam,
his. I
Cam was
watch.
actually like super transparent. He's like, look, I was an intern, I was learning, I learned a lot. Like I don't think he loved it that he was cut, but at the same time, like he can actually, I think he can make it on his own. I'm not too worried about him, but
Yeah,
he was interesting.
I like his
I didn't
show.
think
I
I
like
didn't
his
think it was
show a
bad.
lot better. I like his show a lot better than him on TV. I think he's good on TV. I just think I like his show better. I like him being the main guy, like sitting there. I think him and his buddy, what's his name? He never says his real name. The guy on the side, he does a good job of like playing. They have good chemistry. I think they're both really funny
Yeah,
together. It's really his buddy. It's so funny. I forget his name. He calls him like Terry
yeah,
or whatever. He's hilarious. They're both hilarious. I like them together. They're really funny.
yeah. I mean, overall, I'm not shocked. I mean, look, and Pat McAfee has become the face of college football, right? So football is the main revenue stream for
Now,
ESPN.
can I say something to what you were saying about the WNBA? I'm gonna get people mad at me. I don't care because I'm sorry. I've seen it. I've seen her play. Caitlin Clark's just a flopper, bro. I'm sorry. I get that she gets people to watch the games, but guys, she's overrated. Super overrated. Just flops all the time. Misses a bunch of threes. I'm like, is she all right? I'm like, she lost the plot like at the beginning when her rookie year she was decent from what I saw, but now she just flops every play. It's a joke, bro. I'm like, nah. Caitlin Clark,
Sorry, you cut off.
Caitlin Clark's a flopper, bro.
Oh,
Nah.
dude, all of basketball.
She a bum. She don't play
All of
defense,
basketball,
and
but
she's a
like,
flopper.
no,
Boom.
dude, no, the WNBA is just a bad product.
It
I'm
is no.
sorry.
I agree with you.
Well,
It's a
Angel
bad. It's a
Reese
bad.
has her own stat for rebounds because she rebounded her own rebound because she can't make a shot.
No,
It's bad.
I agree. I agree with you. The product's not there yet, but I think putting it like I get it, guys. You could hype her like how good she is. That's fine, but she is not bad. Like your best player is way better than her. Aja Wilson's way better than her. Way, but not even a little bit. Like she don't miss a bunch of shots like her. And like you said, Angel
Mm-hmm.
Reese. I think Angel Reese is a good defender, but she needs to learn to make a layup because she should be the best player because she gets like a foot from the hoop and just can't make a shot. Like, girl, we gotta make these layups. Let's go. Baltimore
No,
native.
well,
We want to love her.
well, that's what I mean, though. So,
No,
like,
girl, we do.
you
But
think about like women's college softball, and I'm going to be a little biased because of my wife, but also it's a good product. When you get the World Series, those games are phenomenal, right? Like
yeah.
that, the WNBA could be that, but like you see like the reels and stuff on social media where it's literally Sophie Cunningham fouling everybody because the refs don't ref. It's so biased, and you're just like, dude, I can't, like, I just can't watch this crap anymore. You know what I mean? Like, and I've watched a couple of Atlanta Dream games, and I'm just like, dude, this stuff is just terrible. Like, I don't get it.
No,
And I know
it's
it could be better because when I was at Lehigh, I watched an amazing women's team that made it to the tournament every year. And we had a good men's team at the time because we had CJ McCollum, and I'd argue, man, anyways, it's
yeah,
wild to me. That's
yeah.
all.
I think it's like
WNBA.
it needs to
Well,
get
also,
better.
I mean, I think the WNBA could do a couple different marketing things, but I'm gonna leave that off of this video. That might help them too, but I digress.
Yeah. But I'm sorry. Everybody that capes for her, I'm like, bruh, like maybe 2 years ago when she wasn't like flopping and acting goofy, like that girl be flopping over the. I'm like, hell no, I'm over it.
Well, that's what I mean though, because remember, did I tell you like I listened to? So there's a podcast called Acquired, and they had the whole NFL. They talk about the NFL, like the very early days. They go through all these companies' history. And the NFL is, so you saw with the NFL, because the Packers are publicly owned, so they will share their financials.
Yeah.
The shareholders.
Oh yeah, they all
so
share
the NFL,
with
each
the
team
NBA,
from media rights got distributed was at $400+ million, right? And it's up to like. Is it up like 100 million or 200 million? Like, it's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone's like, that is crazy. But I'm like, and that's before they play a down of football, Josh.
Yep.
Because that's all media, right? But you gotta, the people don't understand is because the NFL, their model has always been they control the narrative, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm saying, like, dude, even though we see this stuff with ESPN, they dang well know, like, we can't take off the NFL.
No.
So
in America,
they
anyway.
They hired specific people
In the
right,
United
to get
States.
all that to work and stuff. So
the un-United States stuff, but because technically Hawaii and Alaska are not connected. They're not united. The un-United States, the United States, and Hawaii and Canada. I mean Hawaii and Alaska. Sorry, Canada. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Football's going to be their bell cow. They got to make sure they get the right people in there. They got to tell the story right. Like you said, Rich Eisen's a big grab too. You got to make sure he's part of the party. He's got a lot of fans.
And I think that's why they.
Just as long as they ain't Phil Simms and Mike Florio, we don't want it. We're good.
Well, who was the guy? Who was the one analyst they got rid of that's been there for like 20 years? Can't think of his name.
Oh yeah, the anchor. He's really good. Oh my god, how do I forget your name? He's been. That's crazy. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I watch SportsCenter every so often, man. Because like honestly, like for baseball season, MLB.TV has like a 15-minute or they have like a recap video that's 100 times better than SportsCenter is because SportsCenter doesn't cover baseball.
Man, they used to have. They are so bad because they used to have everything. Do you remember how good Baseball Tonight used to be? That was so good. They just blew it. Everybody will watch it. Everybody will. My team lost 100.
Like the highlights from baseball. There's so many amazing highlights right now in a dead period of sports.
Dude, the team I watched.
They're spending more time with like the WNBA and all these like.
Dude, the team I watched lost 100 games like every year, and
Major League Baseball is still a phenomenal product to get people interested in. I don't get it, but okay.
I think it is better. I think it's.
The last time I watched SportsCenter's couch, the anchors on there are awful. They try to be, they like want to be boomers and all these guys, and I'm just like, they're not good.
Dude, I think they want to. I think the MLB is a decent product, and I think it's way better than WNBA, but it's still like sometimes it's okay. There's certain things about it that I get why people don't like watching it. Like on TV, it's not the best sport to watch. It's kind of boring. I like it, but I grew up watching it. I think in person it's wonderful. Like that's where you want to do. You want to go see a baseball game. It's really great. Like the atmosphere, just watching it live is crazy. Also MLB with all these rules, man. Y'all got to get it together. The replay's terrible too because they just mess up a lot. And I'm like, guys, it ain't that hard. Sometimes the guys out, just call them out. Like reminds me of the NFL when they were like, we're gonna put in the pass interference rule. It's like, and then you didn't really do it. So why did you do it? Just say you're not going to. I mean, I don't know. Then they did.
I hate all the review stuff too. I like the pitch review is awesome because it's really
that's fair.
Like,
I like that. Yes.
These are some terrible umps.
That's fair.
Like they've called out. Like you've seen. Like there's some umps that are like,
Yeah, they're bad.
Danger basically quit. He says I'm retiring at the end of the year because he realized like, oh yeah, I suck.
Well, I remember Angel Hernandez today just retired. Like that was hilarious.
I think they've done a lot of good changes. I think that what I don't like is they have that old school regional sports model.
Yeah.
Where, and you're like, dude, just sign up like ESPN. So what ESPN said is, sure, they can basically buy. We'll get you a set of customers, and we'll let them buy MLB.TV through us, and we'll just stream it through them. And I'm like, so basically, it's just like when Google used to say with the top, when like Internet Explorer and AOL were the top browsers. But remember back in the day when you would open up your internet browser and there'd be like 8,000 tools on the top of it. So Google was like, here.
I also think for me,
we will pay you to put our search bar up there so people search with Google.
There's a few like with baseball now that my issue in general, and it's some of it I like the play style, the way it changed. I like a lot of the stuff they've done, a lot of the players, what's happening. The pitchers are boring because all of them, even when the good ones pitch 6 innings, they don't. There's no like actual like dogs. Like they're just gonna go out there. You get 9. Like remember when CC Sabathia played for the Brewers that one year? He was just like 9 innings. You ain't getting a hit.
Oh, yeah.
You're going home.
Yep.
I miss that because I get they throw harder, but God, it's like Paul Skeens is good, but I get like 5 innings, and if he gives up 1 run, it's like
he hasn't been good lately. That's for sure.
But I'm saying like it's 5 innings. Like I'm not getting like what a legend. He's pitching.
Oh yeah,
8.
no, I hate it, Chach, with the pitching now.
I'm like,
That's
there's
the
no
one
dog,
thing
bro.
I don't like. And there's a highlight of it was Pedro Martinez versus
Oh, I went and saw him
Clemens,
live. Oh my
right?
God, he was so good.
And these guys went 9 innings, and I think Roger ended up losing. But like Pedro called off Terry Francona. He's like, no, I'm finishing this complete game shutout because like the Sox won like 1-0.
Yep.
And I'm like, gosh, I miss that.
Yep.
Where you just, I totally agree with you, man. Because there was like so much, like when you're watching the end of the game, you're like, dude, this guy's gassed. Like he could make one mistake.
Well, remember like Roy Halladay in the playoffs when he threw a perfect game? Remember that? Like, or no hitter, one or the other. I forget. I think a guy got like walked on a bad call, but whatever. It was. I watched that live. It was so good, man.
The problem with just sports in general now, I mean, it's not a problem. I think it's
evolution of the game. Yeah.
Is the sports science analytics, and all these players are trying to maximize their window of being an athlete and preserve it, and I think that at times it takes the competitive edge off because they're like, yeah, I need to save my legs. It's a long season, or hey, I need to save my arm. I want to be able to play 2 more years and get 1 more contract, right?
Uh-huh.
That's what they care about.
And I get it. Yeah.
But it's like it's different when you're Roger Clemens, where you're getting 5 contracts and playing 17 years, and you're like, well, I want to play 20, right?
Yeah.
Versus the guy that's going to play 5 years in Major League Baseball, and he's kind of just a platoon dude.
Yeah.
Right?
No. Marco Scudero.
That's different. And honestly, those platoon dudes, they're the ones that are still fighting and scratching and clawing. It's the guys that are getting paid, $500,000 contracts that you're just like, huh. Like, that's where I at least like Shohei. Dude, that guy, you know what? He'll pitch a 9-inning game if he can. He's as competitive as any of them. I enjoy watching him, man.
He's good. He really is.
Oh, dude, but he competes. Like,
I agree.
Like, no offense to Ronald Acuna, I know he's battled a lot of injuries and stuff, but dude, this year there was one right field. There was a ball hit to right field. This man was jogging to it, and I'm like, if you're hurt, get out. Like, you've made a ton of money. Like, at this point, like, you need to get right, and like, people come and pay to watch you to run, not to jog because you're like, legs ain't feeling it today. We're through June and a little banged up.
Now back to the football portion of our show. We're having a lot of fun here. So what have you seen?
Really complaining about how back in our day.
Back in my day. Nah, but it's like it's still fun now, and it's a lot of stuff's better. It's just some of the rules in all these sports are convoluted. Like I still don't like that NFL overtime rule, but it's fine because I don't. This crap where we baby everybody for not playing defense gets on my nerves, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't care. We'll let it go. It's fine. Josh Allen needs another possession. Maybe he won't have 4 fumbles and a pick or whatever he had in the playoffs. So it's fine.
Yeah.
And by the way, I want to make this clear before we start talking about this. I really like Josh Allen, but I find it very funny how he has a bad game to end his season in a year where he had no one to play in the playoffs. Like if they win that game, I honestly would have picked them too. I thought they were going to make it. Me and Tom talked about that. Now, if my quarterback
Yeah.
would have did, now if
No,
my
Bo
team's
Nix.
quarterback would have
Bo
did that,
Nix is not a good quarterback, and
if
he
my
was.
quarterback would have did
Yeah.
that, none of you would have been
Yeah.
saying anything but how bad he is and unclutch he is. So keep the same energy. That's all I'm gonna say. And he got no excuses this year either. Your boys got the best team. Everyone's picking them to win the AFC. We'll see. We'll see. Josh.
What the Bills?
Yeah, everybody likes them. Because they got receivers and
Why? They literally have. They said, "Hey, let's run it back with the same coach on the same staff." Dude, watch that team be 9-8. I'm telling you, I'm calling it now because I don't think.
I don't trust New England. That's why I think they're
well,
gonna be fine.
I was reading like one of the articles from Buffalo, from the Buffalo News. They were just saying like the excuse is that Brandon Cooks was the guy because like their Keon Coleman, these guys didn't pan out. And I'm like, that's Bean's fault. Why didn't he get canned?
Yeah.
Like he's the one that drafted these absolutely terrible receivers. Other than Shakir, I love him, but you can't in the NFL. You can't just have like even Tom Brady. He had Edelman and Gronk, but you know what else he had? He had guys on the outside that could just win. They weren't household names,
dude,
but they were good.
when they had
Remember
when
Brandon
Diggs,
LaFell, dude, he made, that guy could catch.
dude. Everyone likes to shit
He
on.
wasn't.
Yeah, but everyone likes to shit on Diggs. But like 3 years ago, the man had like 2 years in a row of 1,400 yards. They couldn't beat KC. I mean, like, what are we doing? Like,
I don't disagree with you, man. The Bills are the biggest choke artists of an
I don't mean to do this because I really do like Josh Allen, but I don't like the dichotomy between the two quarterbacks. Y'all, the one you like to shit on, and like Lamar has not played some good games in the playoffs, but like his worst one was legitimately his first year in the playoffs, and he still gets shit for it.
I think that draft class, people need to stop. Like, I even hate like the 2020 draft class with like Love and Herbert and Burrow and all these guys. To be fair, we need to stop at the best quarterback in that class. In my opinion, is Jalen Hurts, and I don't think it's that great. And it's not just because he won a Super Bowl. I think it's just he does a lot of things really well and keeps his teams.
Who was in it? Who was in that class?
To be fair, he can't stay healthy, and I think his offense becomes too much. And if he didn't have Jamar Chase, I think we would be talking about
no. You're absolutely right. Like Jalen Hurts gets the most crap, and he's a winner, man. Like see what I don't like that we do with quarterbacks. This is about all the quarterbacks, and maybe it's because I'm like receiver at heart. Because we're ready to shit on them in a minute. They have like a day where they're like, "Hey man, you didn't throw the ball right." It's like, "Look, he's a malcontent." Because every time the quarterbacks always get credit when they win, and I'm like, dude, it's a team game. It's always a team game. Everybody wants to make this like basketball all the damn time. Like the quarterbacks will win you. Dan Marino, if you look statistically, and this is just non-bias, the seasons he had at the era he had with the rules that he had, I can make the case that he's the best quarterback ever as far as like. That's insane for when he did it. He had like 48 touchdowns, then 44 like 2 years later. The second guy had like 25. It's like insane. It's like these seasons we see now, all the rules are in their favor. It's crazy. My point is, that's great. Did he win a Super Bowl? No, because you can't. Your quarterback's not the whole team. You got to have a team. Good teams win the Super Bowl, not good players. Okay, one great player, one fantastic, amazing quarterback, one guy is not winning you the whole thing. You got to have a good team. That's why you will see a team with a great defense, which is 11 people, win a Super Bowl before you see a quarterback by himself with nothing else win. Because you got to have a decent team. You can't have a garbage team playing with it. You know what I mean? It's football. It's not basketball. He don't play defense. He ain't stealing the ball for you. You got to go.
Yep. No, it's 1,000%. But like, no, just to go back to I think that 2020 class is kind of overhyped. Yeah. Like they try to make it out like it's this. I think, we'll see about Jordan Love this year. I think he is very close to having a breakout year.
I think he's very good. I do. I
actually, I'm not trying to be biased. I think he does a lot of things really, really well. And I think he's more clutch than, like, even this is crazy. I don't know how Justin Herbert keeps getting all this, like, hype.
Yes. What the hell?
Yeah, he's good. I think he proved a lot of people wrong, but he's not clutch. No. He never was. He's terrible. So when it matters, it's just like, yep, here we go. And then Joe Burrow, like, they had that miraculous run, but people forget that defense was ridiculous.
They played really well.
When they made that run. And now, You see, he can throw it all over the park, but it doesn't matter. They can't win. They can't close games out because they got to score 60 points.
Yeah, and I think
and
he's.
To be honest, they're not that good. But like going back to even Lamar's class with Josh Allen and Mayfield and all them, I'll be fair. I just don't think it's that good. It's over. Like I think like so Lamar. Like I think Lamar, he's phenomenal, but to a point, to a fair point, right? He's had moments in his career where in the playoffs where it's like, hey, we got to go win this thing, and he's not. It's not all on him, but he hasn't come through.
Yeah, but look, I agree with you. But to be fair, his defense is just not the same, bro. It's not. They don't get any turnover. They're terrible. I don't know what happened. As a Ravens fan, I'm tired of the offensive crap. Can we have a good defense again? I don't want this offensive shit. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not used to this. I don't like it. It's boring. I want some picks. Where's Ed Reed? Make that man younger again. We need him back.
Yeah, right.
I miss him.
No, I mean
they don't pick nothing. They suck. And all we have is what's his name? Mark Andrews. Dear God, help us. He's trash. I don't like Mark Andrews.
When you look at it from all the different vantage points, Lamar is phenomenal. Not shitting on him.
No. All those. Wait.
It's hard.
They're all good, but this era is
so weird.
Yes.
Well, honestly, like if you do a compare and contrast with the Packers, like so with Favre and Rodgers, right? Favre thrived on making throws.
Well, I think Jordan Love
had such a good defense in the '90s.
I think that's the issue for Jordan Love.
That bailed him out when he used to make really bad throws. In the 2000s, it all reared its ugly head. He would do some things, and you go, people need to understand. In the 2000s, dude, Favre in the playoffs was awful. He really was. Like, he competed, but the turnovers killed him. Now, Rodgers was the polar opposite.
What?
He would get so fixated on one receiver and not turning the ball over that it killed them because they weren't aggressive.
Tom, I can't even.
So, I don't know. Like, both of them, sometimes I'll be honest with you, Josh, I just go, it gets back to your point of, dude, you have to have a killer defense to win a Super Bowl, and a quarterback that's willing to
if it ain't going to be
manage the game.
If it ain't going to be a killer defense, it has to get a lot of turnovers, or not a lot, just timely. You got to make a stop every once in a while. You got to pick.
Which in this NFL is so hard to do because they've rigged the rules.
Yes.
Against the defense.
They have.
So
they really have.
No, you're spot on, man. That's how with like the Packers, how I evaluate teams is, dude, is your defense good enough? Is it elite enough that like, dude, I need to stop and to get off the field?
No.
Right? If it ain't, you can win. Like your offense will win you games, but you ain't gonna make it far because eventually your offense is either gonna sputter or they're going to turn the ball over. Like I said, just look at the Favre Rodgers. Compare those two.
And I will say this about the referees that I appreciate that they've been doing in the last few playoffs. In the playoffs, they have let the defense play a little bit. They're not like throwing a flag every play, which I like because I'm like during the season, if the guy breathes on the guy corner, you guys throw a flag. Like, bro, that's not a penalty. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Well,
to Tom.
10 minutes we can get into preview.
Yeah, to Tom's credit. Preview what?
Well, you said just talk about
season.
The Packers
Yeah.
And
okay, so we'll start with the
before we break into camp.
The
Ravens start.
Yeah, I think they did. We'll do a quick preview. You want to start with the Packers? I just will say about Jordan Love. I think that's what hurts him. The two guys before him were great in their own way, and they had their own like quirkiness that you liked about them. And it's just like Jordan's like got to deal with that every time he has a bad throw. It's like, just like Favre, another bad pick, or he's like has to be accurate like Rodgers. It's like crazy. It's funny. Like Tom said too. This is my point. Like he said, the rules are absolutely against the defense now. Got it. But it's like Tom said, you need a good team. I'm just tired of quarterbacks. I think they're all pretty good now. I don't know. Like Tom said, though, I don't know if any of these guys are as good at... Like, we always want to put them above our old people because of, like, their stats. But my point is, you got to look at the era they played in, right? Like, it's like Terry Bradshaw used to get smacked in the ear by a D lineman late, and they'd throw him on the ground, and the referee would look crazy at him, like, get your ass up, chin straps all beat up. Like, it's a different game. It was. It was. That's why Jim McMahon had fans, because yeah, his stats were terrible, but that dude was tough. Like, he would just get up, keep playing. He was a gamer. Now it's about, like, your stats are good. I get it. Like, they're gonna have better stats than some of these older dudes. Doesn't mean they were better, because the era is different. It's just so easy to throw. I mean, if you put Brett Favre, or you imagine Dan Marino in this era. And I don't mean to like give the guy all the credit, but it's just, he was a very impressive thrower of the football. With the rules the way they are now, man, come on, that would be crazy, you know. But Packers preview. What is your expectations for your team, Tom? What are you thinking this year?
Um,
Just a quick little synopsis.
I think the Packers, like I said, there's a lot of players they have on the roster that got to take the next step. That's what it comes down to. They have a shit ton of talent, and they, they had a small draft class. Jordan Love proved like he's the dude, right? Whether he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, top 5, top 20, he's the guy that's leading the Packers.
Yep.
This year, so after like really thinking about last season, Jeff Hafley I think's a good coach because of the energy. I think he did some good things with like Green Bay's defense, but I'll be really honest with you, dude. That defense was not clutch last year. Everybody figured it out. It was very bland. Everybody just dinked and dunked against it. So it shows me the players are phenomenal. The scheme was so vanilla. I think that teams were able to just kind of like attack it.
Gotcha.
Right? And we had really good players. Like that's my point. That's so disappointing with Green Bay is they have the players.
I think
they
Michael.
Really do.
I can't wait to see Michael Parsons come back, because he was having a hell of a season. I hope he doesn't get hurt again. He's really good when he's on
I
the
just
field.
hope Micah. Guys, it's going to take a season.
It is.
I don't know why.
Is.
Like any of the Packer fans sitting here thinking he's going to come back and just be.
Hey! Remember last time this happened? Your team ended up winning a Super Bowl. They gelled with all the injuries, and then when the guys came back, it was just like adding fuel to the fire. Remember that? That was pretty cool. I remember that in 11. Remember all the injuries, and the team just rallied around.
I think what they need.
Sometimes that helps.
What killed them is Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft, and Josh Jacobs.
Tucker Kraft was
all not, and
huge,
also Jaden Reed were all not on the field at the same time ever.
Now how's
Isn't
Tucker?
That wild to think?
How's Tucker Kraft coming along, Tom? Because he's amazing.
He's gonna be on the pup list, but he should start week 1.
Okay, cool.
They'll have Zach Tom. Like they're gonna have a lot of people back. What I'm worried about more for them is, again, when it comes down to with them, is they just need to get healthy. But players need to take steps. And that game against Chicago proved it. They just can't close.
Now the rate
to me is immaturity.
Yes.
But some of it also is they had some very serious injuries down the road that just were detrimental.
Gotcha. So any new additions?
Did a lot of addition by subtraction. Yeah. I think there's a lot of competitiveness that's going to happen in this camp.
Okay.
They added pieces to say, hey.
I
don't know what these roster spots are going to look like.
I want to give you credit.
I expect it to be highly competitive camp, and I also expect.
I think Tom's right. We're going to have to wait on.
I think you're going to have the same set of starters. That's not what's changing.
Gotcha.
And then you have a new defensive coordinator. I'm really curious how Jonathan Gannon is going to use some of these guys. And people ain't going to be able to figure out that defense right away because it's going to be a different flavor.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm excited about. But I don't know, man. I'm sure that they're going to be better than 9-8. But I don't know. I can see it going two ways. They ascend and go.
I think it's
win
a lot.
14 games. They could also win 8.
I think they have a lot of potential because I think the people coming back, how they play is going to be important because I think you're fair. Like, people need to be fair with that team too. With the Packers, all the injuries they had to major people and major injuries, right? You can't expect Tucker Kraft to come out and go for 200 his first game, right? Or 100 yards. He's working his way back in. He's getting like the knees, getting confidence with it. Same thing with Micah. Like Tom said, that's a very good timeline you're establishing there because that's what it's going to be. He's not going to come back flying out the gate. It's going to take all year, like he said. It's probably going to be a whole season before he's back to what Adrian Peterson don't happen all the time, bruh. That's weird. That's crazy.
The key for the Packers...
No, he's got a 300-pound man pushing on him all the time. That's hard.
The key for the Packers, their timeline at this point is the first, you're probably not going to have Micah full go. Like, or even he might play games, but he might be on a pitch count until week 7, week 8.
Yeah.
That's the first half of your schedule.
Uh-huh.
Like, you're playing the Jets. You're playing.
You got to go warm up.
The
Good
hard. Like,
walk in.
You got to play the Jets in the Meadowlands. You got to do. They're playing Minnesota at Minnesota week 1. But let's be fair. Like, Kyler Murray is who he is. Like, I'm tired of people trying to overhype. Like, oh, maybe in this offense he could be really good. Give me a break, dude. The guy's trash. I'm sorry. He's like, Arizona wouldn't just say bye.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
you're right.
If he had anything in the tank,
they've seen something.
On. So the answer is they have a lot of easy games.
Just good run up.
And I think the offense is going to have to step up, and you're going to have to score 35 points.
No, I agree.
And honestly, this team needs to learn that you can't just Micah. He's your leader, but he can't be the thing that's like, hey, other people have to step up and win the damn game.
True.
That's the key for this team. That's where I'm like, come on, Matt LaFleur. You need to get the other right players in the right positions. It's on him.
Gotcha. I mean, this is his break or break year for him. It is.
Even though he got a contract extension, is very warm.
It is. Oh, it is. It's hot.
Because some guys got to start performing. Enough is enough.
That's it.
With all the bullshit, you've had every excuse in the book.
He's got to do well, or
too good.
They're gonna get
Like, everybody needs to get off Brian Gutekunst and saying how bad. This is a good roster.
Yep.
There's guys that need to perform. That's what it comes down to.
You got to throw your first round pick wide receiver the ball more too, guys. And Christian Watson's got to stay healthy. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of ifs. It's tough. That's the problem with football.
Yeah, that's what's so weird about them. There's so many weird ifs.
Yep.
And I'm like,
that's a very good team. Yeah, it's true.
And that's what kind of sucks, right? It's just like, well.
It's funny, Tom. They give the most crap to the guy that's been pretty like Jordan Love's really consistent. Like, he's gonna be there and he's gonna play really well. Like, I know he was hurt a couple times last year, but he's a gamer. He comes in there, great player. Stays in the pocket, takes the hits, big threat. Great. It's a great player, man.
Oh no, I'm not worried about him. I think he needs to. We need to see, can he be like super elite?
Yeah.
I think that'll be the game changer for the Packers.
But you are right. I find it funny that Justin Herbert gets all this hype. But honestly, Jordan Love is right there, and he's played better in the playoffs. He has. He's had games where he's had the game won, and his defense, like you said, just doesn't show up. Like that Bears game, they should have won. The defense should have played decent. They would have won that game.
Well, it's not even that, Josh. The other part that kills me is Christian Watson alligator armed it.
That was a touchdown.
Like, that was a pass Randall Cobb or Jordy Nelson caught.
Yes. I don't know. I know that play I had to watch
Christian
over.
Watson is a phenomenal talent.
I don't know what he was doing.
I need him to make those clutch plays. Or, like, that's where they needed Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft would have caught it.
Yes.
Those two, and when you have, like, they were just so hamstrung. I mean, in that last drive, people forget Sean Ryan broke something. His ankle or whatever.
Yeah.
They had to put like, he was literally like the last option on the roster to play offensive line at center, and you're just like, the odds last year is just like that Denver game. I've never been so deflated in my life where you go from, dude, this is a Super Bowl team to, oh boy, the season's done. Because of just the catastrophic injuries one after another in that game.
Yep.
You're just like, there's just sometimes there's not much you can do.
So
I thought the Packers still fought, just, it still wasn't good enough from, like, depth pieces.
So we're saying, like, high expectations, but a lot of, like, what ifs in this scenario. Like, it can go either way is what you're saying, right? That's how you feel. Okay. Now, let's go over to the Baltimore Ravens. Yes. Like Tom said, we're going to wait, like, we have to give him grace period. This is a new coach. I don't want all the fans, if we get off to like a rocky start, the team has some turmoil. He's implementing his stuff. You got to let him do it. The coaches are, all the guys. You got to give them time. You can't throw them. Remember, Brian Billick had a rough first season with the team. Not rough, but, I mean, the team wasn't great yet, and then you saw what happened after that. You got to let guys figure out their coaching, how they work, how they like to coach, what kind of coach they're going to be. It's just how it works. Hands on, hands off. You know how it is. Overall, the roster, I don't like the people. We lost a lot of people, and you got older in some positions. The Mark Andrews thing, I don't mean to harp on it. It just is a bad deal. You signed him, and he had 9 yards the rest of the season. We played like 5 games. And shocker, guess what? We didn't make the playoffs last year. But guess how many touchdowns he has in the playoffs, everybody? Anybody want to guess? 0, because That's the guy everyone says is the best tight end in franchise history, which I think is ludicrous.
No,
It's
dude,
either
Todd Heap.
Heap or Pitta if you're going by just like showing up in big games. Pitta was a gamer, so either one. It's not him though, or Shannon,
Yeah. No,
or Shannon.
If Pitta had the longevity, yes, but man, Heap was just—that's the only weapon they had, and he'd have like 1,000 yards every year.
He didn't have 1,000 yards. He was really good. Yeah, but either way. I think he got a lot of 900 yard seasons. I don't think he had. I think he might have had 1,000 once. I don't really think so though.
He was close. Yeah, no, I think you're right. That era you didn't see tight ends have.
No, it was like 800. Sure. But he was good. He was good. I mean, it looked like they used to yell his name, bro. We know he was good. But this year, my expectations for them is just because the division's bad. I think a lot of people are picking them, which I get. But I think that's just because the Steelers are like an old folks' home. I don't know what the hell's going on there. I did like the move at wide receiver by them, but even that, I'm like, who knows, man? You got such a volatile team there, and an old team. I don't get their vision. Again, this is why they drive me crazy, like Steeler fans. At least your old teams were tough, and they had like some young player. It's like you guys are afraid to just go for it, and it's just like we're gonna keep having an old team like that. So my thing is, we were talking about with the Packers, they have a high ceiling. I see no high ceiling with the Steelers. That's my issue. You're absolute best this year. I don't think you're a Super Bowl team. So I don't get what they've been doing the last 5 years. As a fan, it would drive. I think we've been over this. I've said this like a broken record. It would drive me nuts. I can't watch that because every week it's like, wow, we could win the game, we could make the playoffs and lose in the first round, and maybe the best case scenario, make the divisional round, just get blown out. That's it. Or I don't see it. Hey, we're gonna make the Super Bowl. It's kind of sucks. You know what I mean? And then because we won that many games, we get a draft pick that's not really going to help us get out of that limbo, right? So that's my issue with them. The Bengals, honestly, if they're healthy, could be scary because Dexter Lawrence is really good, and maybe that defense finds a little mojo, and maybe Joe isn't hurt because that's what kills him. He gets hurt. Just like the Ravens, if Lamar's healthy, they're a really good team because of the way the rules are, the quarterback and, every day. Derrick Henry. But the Ravens, like Tom's team, the Packers that he watches, have one problem. Now, they do have a decent backup now because they finally figured it out. Let's sign Huntley, yeah, because Cooper Rush, what the hell was that? Either way. Got to figure out the Zay Flowers thing, but, he is really good. You should sign him. I don't think he's elite, but I think he's a really good receiver. Like, probably better than most of them in your history. He's what Hollywood Brown, they wanted Hollywood Brown to be, right? Different player, but more consistent, right? Defensively, you have a lot. There's where the what ifs are for the Ravens. Is Malachi Starks going to take another step? Are these young corners is Wiggins ready to be an elite corner because he's kind of like on and off? Marlon Humphrey, is he long in the tooth? Is Roquan? They said he slimmed down, but it's camp. Who knows? Is he going to play well? Matabuke's coming back just like Michael Parsons. Probably even more than Michael Parsons. He might need like 2 years because that man had a neck injury. He's going to be on it.
The Matabuke one, I think, changes the whole defense for the Ravens because the biggest thing is they don't have a four. And he comes back, and everything changes.
And here's my thing with me and Tom were talking about this a lot. We've probably talked about it on the show. But Hendrickson is a good pass rusher, but not a great run supporter. And I expect Mike Green to try to take a step here. Okay, we need to get a little better. And he's from a small school. He did pretty well for where he came from last year. I think people were a little crazy with the expectations. I said I liked the pick. I never said he was going to be like a Hall of Famer out the gate. No one is, really. Very few players. Lawrence Taylor maybe and Reggie White, but most of them, take a little. And they were decorated college players. This guy's like a second-round pick. He has the skills. You see it sometimes flash, inconsistent, but hopefully he gets better. A lot of what ifs, man. Like, I got to see the work, and you can't judge people's work off of anything but what you see on the film. So we'll see. Lot of what ifs.
No, that's how I feel too. I think it's
with them though.
Ravens just having new blood and new ideas could be actually like surprise people, like when John Harbaugh took over.
Yeah.
It could also just be middle of the road.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think this year you guys need to give them everyone needs to give them a break though, because it's a new coach. Maybe they take off, like Tom said. Maybe he finds like the ingredient they need to have a little spark, right? But I do like that they're not, in my opinion. Maybe people are saying this. I don't see them as like just like right away like one of the Super Bowl favorites. They're gonna have to show. I'm not saying they don't have talent. Like if they show me something, like if they start gelling and look good, like yeah, then we can go there. But I'm saying at the beginning of the season, I think they're kind of a laying low, kind of like they could be good team. You know what I mean? We'll see. Like a we'll see. They're a we'll see team. We'll see how everything goes. A lot of moving parts here. We got a lot of new stuff. New stuff's hard to figure out because sometimes it gels and sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time, it's not. Sometimes you get where everything gels, and sometimes you get where nothing gels. But most of the time, it's like everything in life, a little bit in the middle. You have some bumps in the road during the season. You have some good moments when a lot of new stuff happens with a team, and a lot of bad moments. So that's usually what you get. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see how that goes with the Ravens. Lost Tom for a second. We're going to call Tom up and finish it up. Alright guys, we're going to end the show here. We talked about football. There's Tom.
Telephone number
Oh, never mind.
41.
Jesus. Anyway, guys, we're going to end the show here. We talked about football. We talked about a lot of stuff. Anyway, likes as always are appreciated. Subscribe for more content. And as always, see you next time. Peace. I'm out. Bye.